Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Yamuna Tira Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Parivrajakacharya Saturasata Shri Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Ishtapad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Saturasata Shri Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anand Kuri Vaishnavan Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Pramsako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navari Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Gangamai Ki Jai. Yamunamai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Vastai Bhutri Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhinamana Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Pacharina Nirvishesha Shulamari Paschatri. Hare Krishna, dear friends. I shall take the attendance. Dear friends, get ready for attendance. Please type Hare Krishna into the comment section if you're watching. If you just wrote hello or Hare Krishna in the beginning and then disappeared, you cannot cheat me. No, no, no. Okay, so please welcome Ashu Rajput. Hare Krishna, Ashu. Shalja Roy. अरे कथा में नंबर देकर क्या करना चाहते हो कलयुग महाराज हाई सिर पे बैठे क्या? So I don't know what that means, but I hope it's okay. Neil, Hare Krishna, Neil, Prabhu. Paul, Michelle, how are you, Michelle? Good morning. Mark Kunze, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, to Germany. Abaya, yes, Abaya. I'm glad you're feeling better. Rebecca, Hare Krishna, Rebecca, how are you? Nirjala Risal, Manish, Pritam, Raghunath, Michelle Williams, Hare Krishna, Michelle. Sarah, Hare Krishna. Sparkle, yes, Sparkle is in London right now, but she's flying to the US. Krishna Prema, Hare Krishna. Frankie, yes, how are you? I will not hate Krishna. And we have our Dora Mataji here with us. Haribol. Okay, so we're reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. First chapter, text 44. It's okay, Frankie, no problem. I'm just kidding. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ajasya Janmapata Nishanaya. Karmani Akartur Grahanaya Pumsam. Nanyata Korhati Dehayogam. Paruguna Namuta Karmatantram. Ajasya janmapata nashanaya karmanya kartura grahanaya pumsam nananyata korhati deha yogam paroguna namuta karma tantram Ajasya janmapata nashanaya karmanya kartur grahanaya pumsam nananyata korhati deha yogam parogunanam utakarma tantram
Ajasya janmapata nashanaya
Ajasya janmapata nashanaya
karmani akatur grahanaya pumsam
karmanya kartur grahanaya pumsam
nanu anyata korati deha yogam
nananyata korhati deha yogam
paragunanam utakarma tantram
parogunanam utakarma tantram Ajasya of the unborn Janma appearance Utpata nashanaya for the sake of annihilating the upstarts Karmani works Akartu of one who has nothing to do Grahanaya to take up Pumsam of all persons Nanu anyata otherwise Ka who Arhati may deserve Dehayogam contact of the body Paraha transcendental Gunanam of the three modes of nature Uta what to speak of Karma tantram the law of action and reaction. Translation. The appearance of the Lord is manifested for the annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all material modes, what purpose could he serve by coming to earth? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha. The form of the Lord is eternal, blissful, and all-knowing. His so-called birth is therefore an appearance only, like the birth of the sun on the horizon. His birth does not, like that of the living entities, take place under the influence of material nature and the bondage of the reactions of past deeds. His works and activities are independent pastimes and are not subject to the reactions of material nature. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Namam karmani limpanti name karma phales praha itimam yo bijanati karmabir nasa badyati. The law of karma enacted by the Supreme Lord for the living entities cannot be applicable to him. Nor has the Lord any desire to improve himself by activities like those of ordinary living beings. Ordinary living beings work for the improvement of their conditional lives. But the Lord is already full of all opulence, all strength, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Hare Krishna Thomas. Why should he desire improvement? No one can excel him in any opulence, and therefore the desire for improvement is absolutely useless for him. One should always discriminate between the activities of the Lord and those of ordinary living beings. Thus one may come to the right conclusion regarding the Lord's transcendental position. One who can come to the conclusion of the Lord's transcendence can become a devotee of the Lord and can at once be free from all reactions of past deeds. Hare Krishna Zena. It is said, Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam the Lord minimizes or nullifies the reactionary influence of the devotee's past deeds. The activities of the Lord are to be accepted and relished by all living entities. His activities are to attract the ordinary man towards the Lord. The Lord always acts in favor of the devotees, and therefore ordinary men who are fruitive actors or seekers of salvation may be attracted to the Lord when He acts as protector of the devotees. The fruitive actors can attain their goals by devotional service, and the salvationists can also attain their goal in life by devotional service to the Lord. The devotees do not want the fruitive results of their work, nor do they want any kind of salvation. They relish the glorious superhuman activities of the Lord, such as His lifting Govardhan Hill and His killing the demon Putana in infancy. His activities are enacted to attract all kinds of men, karmis, jnanis, and bhaktas. Because He is transcendental to all laws of karma, there is no possibility of His accepting a form of maya as is forced on the ordinary living entities who are bound by the actions and reactions of their own deeds. The secondary purpose of His appearance is to annihilate the upstart asuras and to stop the nonsense of atheistic propaganda by less intelligent persons. By the Lord's causeless mercy, the asuras who are killed personally by the personality of Godhead get salvation. The meaningful appearance of the Lord is always distinct from ordinary birth. Even the pure devotees have no connection with the material body. And certainly the Lord, who appears as He is, in His Satchitananda form, is not limited by a material form. Om Agyan Tirinandasyang Yanajana Shalakyam Chakshunan Menitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master's divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, the appearance of the Lord is manifested for the annihilation of the upstarts. His activities are transcendental and are enacted for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since the Lord is transcendental to all material modes, what purpose could He serve by coming to earth? So this is very important that we understand the transcendental position of Krishna. We should not infiltrate material concepts into spiritual advancement. Although the Lord is the source of all energies. Janmadi yasayataha. This is the first shloka of the Bhagavatam. Everything comes from the Supreme Absolute. Everything comes from Krishna. In the preliminary stage of our spiritual advancement, we must make distinction. This is matter, this is spirit, this is the soul, this is the body, this is spiritual life, this is material life, everything. Even Krishna says that for the introspective sage, what the materialist considers day is night. And similarly, for the materialist, whatever the materialist calls day, calls the night, that is the day for the introspective sage. That we see practically. Here in the morning, 8:30 in London, we're sitting here and hearing about Krishna. That is completely impractical. From the materialistic point of view, it is simply waste of time. It doesn't give you any money, doesn't give you any women, completely useless. That's how the materialists view this Srimad Bhagavatam class. That's why they do not come. They think, oh, why should I? Time is money. These rascals, Hare Krishnas, they're stealing my money by wasting my time in the Srimad Bhagavatam reading. And similarly, for the devotees, when we see how people are rushing to get money and then dying. The bank account is full of cash, but he cannot enjoy. He has to leave his body and he has to go. Where he's going, he doesn't know. That is simply under the control of material nature. Daivi Prakriti, the divine nature. Krishna acts through his representative, the material nature, and he finishes everything. Whatever plans you have can be finished in 1 second. And then you have to take another birth and you may appear in a position that is not so auspicious or favorable. So, devotees, they see all the materialistic people, they're crazy. Because they're simply wasting their time. It's just like, there's this famous book, maybe you know, this Don Quixote de la Mancha, or something like that. So he was fighting the mills, or you know this story? Yes? Don Quixote, yeah. Yeah, he was trying to fight the mills or something like that. So this is madness. We're trying to be happy on the material platform, but the material platform itself is impermanent. The material body will be finished. See, everything we do for the body. Family, society, there's enjoyment, eating, sleeping, sex, fighting. Everything for the body. We have sacrificed, complete, full surrender to this idea that I must satisfy the body. But the body will be gone. So all these activities are simply useless waste of time. You see, so devotees, they see like that. The materialists, they see in the other way, and the devotees, they see in a different way. So there is a distinction. It is not that everybody is on the same platform. Even Krishna says, Namam duskutina mudha prapadyante naradama maya pratagyana asuram bhavamashitam. He very clearly says, Krishna says, rascal. Namam duskutina mudha. Especially this word duskutina. Kritina means that you have some merit, you have some talent, you have some intelligence, you have some bank balance, some material asset. But because you are a rascal, all these assets are wasted. Dushkatina. You're a miscreant. You're spoiling everything. So Krishna says, Namam dushkatina mudha prapadyante naradama. Prapadyante. Those who do not surrender to me, they belong to these categories. Dushkatina, mudha. Mudha means rascal, fool. Naradama, lowest of the mankind. See, Krishna is using all kinds of selected language to designate such people. Those who are not surrendered. In one sense, none of us are surrendered to Krishna. Otherwise, we will be pure devotees. Lord Chaitanya says, I have no love for Krishna because if I had a tiny pinch of love for Krishna, I could not live. The fact that I'm still living means I have no love for Krishna. I could not live in separation from my beloved Krishna. So in one sense, we're all fools and rascals and duskatinas. Maya paritagyana. We have some knowledge, but that knowledge is stolen by Maya. Just like there's so many people that read the Vedic scriptures. Even this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, so many. They're reading, but Maya paritagyana. Because they're not guided by a bona fide spiritual master. They don't understand the Siddhanta, the conclusion. What is the Siddhanta? Manmana bhavamad bhakto mamyajimam namaskuru. Think of me, Krishna says. Don't think of your sense gratification. There are two types of sense gratification. Karmis, or karma, and jnana. Karma means fruitive results. I am the enjoyer. Even if I go to church, mosque, temple, I serve God simply to get something. God is my order supplier. So there is a karmi. And jnani is a karmi who has become frustrated. He has been enjoying his senses so many times. Hedonist number one, debauch number one. But still, he doesn't feel any pleasure. Just like Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones. I can't get no satisfaction. And I try and I try and I try and I try. It's such a very, very good song. This should be the anthem of Kali Yuga people. The Rolling Stones. I can't get no satisfaction. And I try and I try and I try and I try. So then, instead of surrendering to Krishna, he becomes another type of rascal. This jnani. Finish everything, finish all pleasure, finish all personality, finish all distinctions, everything is one, and let me merge. Hare Krishna Uma Day. Let me merge. Another rascaldom. These are the two rascaldoms. Maya Partagyana. So if we are not guided by bona fide gurus, all the injunctions, even Krishna himself says, they're giving us this hint that you must accept a bona fide spiritual master. Tad vijnanatam swagurum eva vigachet. This word eva vigachet means that you must. Just like if you want to eat, you must cook. Right? There's some obligation. So similarly, if you want Krishna, if you want to understand Krishna, especially his transcendental nature. See, here it is mentioned that even the pure devotees have no connection with the material body. Prabhupada says. So the spiritual master has no connection with the material body. Sometimes they say that Prabhupada has left his body. That is incorrect. There is no connection with the material body whatsoever at any point. That is a nitya siddha. There is a difference. Again, I am this body. I think I am this body. I am trapped in this. This body is the result of my karma. But a nitya siddha, pure devotee, spiritual master, he was never affected by any karma. He descends along with Krishna, along with his associates, from the spiritual platform. Just like Krishna, for the purpose of guiding. Just like Krishna's pastimes are guiding us, similarly, the pastimes of the pure devotee are also for our guidance. He has no purpose to fulfill. A pure devotee, self-realized soul, has no purpose to fulfill. Only such a person can be a spiritual master. Because as soon as there's some purpose, if there's some motive, then we become misled. You must fully surrender to the spiritual master. Just like Arjuna, he says, whatever you tell me, Krishna, I accept in total. I don't, cherry pick. I don't cherry pick that, I like this instruction, this one I don't like. No, that means you have not accepted the spiritual master. Just like in military, when the commander says, go, fight. Every soldier, he must go and fight. Similarly, when the spiritual master says something, you must follow it. That is why we should not rush to accept a spiritual master. If there is some any doubt, even we say, if you have doubt about Srila Prabhupada, so take your time. Don't rush. There is no need of rush, because if you rush, you cannot cheat the process. If you do not surrender fully, then you don't surrender at all. There is no partial surrender. That doesn't exist. You must fully surrender. But how can you surrender to a guru who is imperfect? Since you are supposed to surrender to guru absolutely, and that guru is imperfect, then you become absolutely imperfect. Then you become absolutely imperfect. Even common sense you don't have. Just like they say, you need a living guru. The common sense they don't have. Krishna says very clearly in the Bhagavad Gita, those who are not intelligent, in other words, fools, They lament for the body, either in a living state or a dead state. They lament, oh, Prabhupada is no longer here physically. Oh, I am so much inconvenienced. That is nonsense. That is a sign of less intelligence or lacking intelligence. Foolish. Guru is non-different from his instruction, just like Krishna. How do we get the association of Krishna? Everybody, at least those who have tried to sincerely chant Hare Krishna, everybody has the experience, feeling Krishna's presence. So how do we feel His presence? By His vibration, by His instruction, by the Bhagavad Gita, by the hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. There are so many so-called gods. They come, oh, Krishna is now gone. Now you accept me. I am the new God. Sai Baba or Shmai Baba or whatever Baba. Oh rascals, oh cheaters. He says, I am God. And then you catch him with a secretary, having illicit affair with a secretary. Behind the scenes. What kind of God you are? This is nonsense. Simply cheating. Cheating is very easy. Why don't you do something sincerely? That requires some austerity, some determination. That we praise. But not like this. Cheap gods, so-called gods. That's why it is stated exactly. Who is God? What is His incarnation? Everything is stated in the Shastra. That's why we have to stick to the Shastra. Those who say, oh, I don't read any Shastra, I simply follow my heart. They want to be cheated. Just wait for it. They will become cheated because they don't follow what Krishna has, this wonderful system Krishna arranged for us. Yes, He is in the heart as the super soul. But how do you verify? Because along with the super soul, there's also the Raska mind. Raska mind is there also. So how do you distinguish? We must distinguish spirit from matter. So the Shastra is there. So we can confirm. And the Shastra also, you cannot study independently. You must study under the guidance of the Guru. So when you see here all these purports that Srila Prabhupada gave, this is the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. This is it. So when you read Prabhupada's books, you're getting a guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada is filtering the pure Siddhanta, the pure conclusion, transcendental conclusion. That is what he's giving us. Liberating us from the misconceptions of jnana and karma. There's Srila Rupa Goswami. He's giving this definition. Anya bilasita shunyam jnana karmani anuvatam anukulena krishnanushilanam bhakti rutama. This is bhakti rutama. Bhakti rutama means the highest type of bhakti. Not the yoga mishra bhakti, karma mishra bhakti, jnana mishra bhakti, or mishra means mixed. Nothing mixed. Bhakti utama, pure devotion. Just like Krishna, he is not motivated. He is not obliged. He is not pressured by some karmic reaction to appear in this world. Similarly, this Uttama Bhakti is not caused by anything. If we think that, oh, first let me become vegetarian, first let me be pious, first let me go through all the different religions in the world, and then I can come to Krishna, then I do not understand. Nothing can cause pure devotion. Pure devotion is already there in the hearts. It simply must manifest, and it is manifest when we come in contact with a pure Uttama Adhikari devotee. Only he can unlock. Not even Madhyamadhikari. What to speak of Kanishthadhikari? Srila Prabhupada says very clearly, only Uttamadhikari devotee can become a spiritual master. Because an only Uttamadhikari is perfect. And he knows perfectly the conclusions of the Shastra. This is one of the definitions of a highly elevated devotee, pure devotee, Uttamadikari, Mahabhagavat. And he knows the conclusions of the Shastra. That's why he can quote Shastra very nicely. Madhyamadikari, although he has firm faith in the objective, he cannot quote so nicely. He cannot back up his realizations for others. That's why he is incompetent to become a spiritual master of the whole world. So we must understand this very, very clearly, that the spiritual master doesn't have any motive. That's why when he is instructing, even his words might sound very harsh. We must keep faith that he's doing it not out of anger or out of imperfectness, but out of his causeless compassion for us. If you do not have this faith that the spiritual master is beyond the modes of material nature, you cannot surrender to him. And that will hamper your sadhana. You cannot have any sadhana if you don't have any faith in the instruction of the spiritual master. That we see. The sadhana is very unstable. One time chanting 64 rounds, the next day going to a bar. One time being very strict brahmachari, the next thing he has 10 girlfriends. See, unstable sadhana. So you cannot go back to Godhead when you're on a tottering platform. Tottering. You know what the tottering word means? Yes? What is tottering?
Like balancing badly.
Balancing badly, like on a boat.
Yeah, like
tilting.
This way, that way.
This way, yeah. You must be fixed. See, everything in this philosophy is perfect. Krishna is perfect. The soul is perfect. The soul is Sat Chit Ananda. Perfect. So your sadhana also must be perfect. Must be perfect. Srila Prabhupada has shown also by his personal example. He would always finish his 16 rounds. He would always take part in hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam or reciting or discussing. Even when they would take the morning walk, Prabhupada was so punctual that when the morning walk finished and they walked into the room, it was the time. Govindam Haripurusham. There's even in the morning walk one time, they're asking Prajapati Prabhu, one of the disciples, he passed away recently. He's asking Prabhupada, you're so punctual, but we, your disciples, we are not able to do like that. So how do we advance? So I forgot exactly what Srila Prabhupada answered in that particular instance. But yes, this is perfect sadhana. This is not optional. We should not take it that optional, that I will take this and this I don't like so much. And I will take prasadam, but I will not help the devotees to make the prasadam. Devotees are very kind. They are very compassionate, even if you're imperfect. They try to encourage you. They try to close their eye. We say in Slovakian that close your eye. He pretends that he doesn't see your flaws. So the devotees are like that. Unless he's like that, he cannot be a devotee. Devotee must be compassionate, karuna. Sri Guru Karuna Sindhu. We're chanting every morning. You're the ocean of mercy. The spiritual master is the ocean of mercy. Even if you're devout Rasko number 1, he still says, oh, very good. Never mind, chant Hare Krishna. But you're doing very nicely. He's not doing nicely. He's deviating. But the spiritual master, he sees him. He sees the good. You have done very nicely. You have done such great service. So, but we should not take it that, the spiritual master is praising me, so I'm perfect. When the spiritual master is praising, I should be very dissatisfied. The spiritual master is praising me because I have such a big ego, big puri, puffed up puri, that if he tells me the truth, I will faint. So we should be hankering for chastisement. This is again another contradictory element in Krishna consciousness. The non-devotees, they will be very surprised. What do you mean? Are you hankering for chastisement? Are you crazy? Nobody wants to be chastised. But a devotee understands, yes, the more I get chastised, the more my sadhana becomes crystallized, my Krishna consciousness becomes very fixed up. So, yes, in the beginning, we need some encouragement, that's okay. We should encourage devotees. But in due course, you should hanker. Oh, now I should challenge myself. I am not such a good devotee, actually. I must improve. And especially, we should improve in our relationship with the other devotees. The sadhana, yes, that is very important. But that sadhana, again, doesn't have any meaning if the qualities are not manifesting. The devotee must manifest 26 qualities. So, this is very important. We should be very kind, very subservient to devotees, always praise the devotees, never praise oneself. That is abominable. Who am I? I'm just an insignificant little tiny little speck of dust in this universe. Why should I now glorify myself? Why should I glorify myself? Let me glorify the devotees. Even if I render some devotional service, I should not take pride in it. Let the others, let them glorify, that's okay. But I should not hanker for it. Trinarapi suni chena tarurapi saishnuna amanina manada kirtanya sadahari. Amanina manadena. Don't expect any praise. Actually, Srila Prabhupada says this preaching is a thankless task. Because in preaching you have to criticize. Always criticizing, always negative, always chastising. So this creates many enemies. You create many enemies like this by preaching. But it has to be done. Because there are some sincere souls who will benefit from the chastisement. And they will give up their crooked ways and they will advance in Krishna consciousness. So for their sake, we have to take this austerity of being seen as a very cruel and very rough and very harsh person. I think like that. You're fanatic, you're harsh, you're cruel, you have no manners, you use foul language, call everyone a rascal. Yes, this is the greatest compassion. Because that devotee is willing to be mocked and to be criticized just for the sake of saving some sincere souls. So Krishna has no purpose to fulfill here when he appears. All his pastimes are for our guidance, and similarly a pure devotee, spiritual master, whatever he does is for our guidance, for our benefit. There's no reason to benefit from our service in any way. You can see this also. Srila Prabhupada is not here physically present. If someone wants to say, oh, you have been deceived by your spiritual master, you're simply serving and he's enjoying and you are fools and rascals. No, where is he? Where is he enjoying? He's not here physically. But still we're serving him. How do we serve him? How do we serve the spiritual master? By spreading his message everywhere. That is the most pleasing. Srila Prabhupada says that you can glorify your spiritual master at home and the spiritual master will be pleased. Okay, very good. But if you really want to satisfy the spiritual master, you should go out and preach and meet the opposing elements. Not just go out and preach, but meet the opposing elements. This is horrible. Meet the opposing elements, go out and poke those who are rascals. Yes, this should be done. This is the greatest austerity. Dhananjaya Prabhu yesterday he gave nice class on the value of book distribution. So this point he mentioned. Why nobody wants to preach? Actually, we have the experience. Very few people are interested in this preaching work. They think, oh, this is too much. Even myself, I remember when I heard of this idea of book distribution, I was like, oh no. I thought that the Hare Krishna is something very esoteric, nice, and very elegant, and so on, so on. But when I heard of the book distribution, I thought, oh, Jehovah Witnesses, same thing. Because I remember when I was a child, I used to see the Jehovah Witnesses standing in front of the shop, in our neighborhood with the Watchtower magazines. And they were standing there for days and days, such an austerity. And I was thinking, because I asked my parents, who are these people? So my parents told me, oh, it's a cult. They have become brainwashed. And then they're standing there for no reason, as a punishment or something like that. So when I heard of this book distribution, I immediately remembered the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I thought, now everybody will think that I'm a crazy person, brainwashed person. So people think like that. Oh, this is useless. What is the use? And even they come sometimes and they say, don't preach. Just stay where you are and people will come to you. You just chant Hare Krishna, something, and attract them with your emotion or something like that. That doesn't work. These people don't know anything about how to preach Krishna consciousness. Do you mean to say that Srila Prabhupada, the Senapati Bhakta, the empowered devotee of Lord Chaitanya, who has spread the movement all around the world and fulfilled the prophecy of Lord Chaitanya, he doesn't know how to preach? He is directly guided by the Lord. Directly. We're guided through the Shastra. We have sometimes not so much clarity on what to do or what not to do. But the pure devotee, directly Krishna is next to him sitting. That facility you don't have. I'm sorry. That facility you don't have. Don't make a show. Then Krishna talks to you face to face. Only a pure devotee can have that facility. So he knows exactly how to conduct this preaching mission. And it is very effective. We have the experience that when we distribute books, we meet many people, then we invite them to come for the love feast, prasadam, and they become devotees. They become devotees. Many of you have become devotees through this system of book distribution. Me, myself, my father, he was working in an archive where they're burning books. And that was during communism, so they were confiscating all the dangerous books. Actually, they were right, very dangerous book, Bhagavad Gita. Can finish the whole materialistic society. Communism, capitalism, everything will be finished. If people take the instruction in the Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, seriously. So he took that book. He didn't burn it. See, my father had some sense. Oh, this is such a nice book. Let me hide it. And he took it with him. This was illegal. If he was caught, maybe he would go to jail. So he did it. And because he did it, now I have read it and I become a devotee of some sort. So this book distribution, very, very, very important. Preaching, very important. You must go. And you must disturb them. Prabhupada says you must go and disturb them. Because they're in Maya. They're under the spell of the illusory potency. They will never come back. They will never come to the temple. Because they're hypnotized. So if you go and you preach to him, you try to offer him a book, you break that spell of Maya. That is your great mercy. Otherwise, under the clutches of Maya, they don't even have free will. So many people, we have the experience, they book, I want to come for the love feast. But Maya said, no, you're not going anywhere. You will go to a pub today. And they cannot refuse. So then so many bookings and nobody comes. That's the sign that people have no control. If you have control, if you have free will, you book it and you come. You take your nice prasadam. but they cannot. They're under the influence. Prakati kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa. Ankara bimudatma kartamiti manat. If you think that, no, I am not like that, I have freedom. Krishna says, Ankara bimudatma. You are a person, bimuda. Again, Krishna calls very nice name, bimudha. Not just mudha, ordinary fool. But the special type of mudha, special type of fool. And Ankara, he is guided by the false ego. The false ego is controlling him. Yes, you are doing everything. Yes, you are the master. You are God. You have everything. And the more you're listening to that, the more you're controlled by the modes of material nature. That is why devotees are intelligent. They trick Maya. How? Through this humility. No, I am not God. No, I am not. No, I am simply insignificant. No, Maya, thank you. I don't need this. Give it to Krishna. If there's some benefit, you give it to Krishna. And that's how they become free from the influence of material nature. So, Krishna doesn't have any purpose to come here. The spiritual master also, this is the principle we should understand. Otherwise we cannot surrender. Krishna says, Sarva dharma parityaja, mamekam sharanam braja. We must surrender. Krishna is covered by his yogamaya potency. Nam prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samartha. You cannot understand Krishna unless he gives you permission to understand him, unless he reveals himself. Then you can understand Krishna very easily. And you cannot please Krishna unless you please his representative. His designated representative. Not that anyone and everyone can become a spiritual master, self-appointed. Or just like they do, GVC, they vote. Like they're voting the Pope. We're going to vote who is going to be perfect. How ridiculous that system is. We're going to vote in the absolute authority. If the absolute authority is voted, then how is he absolute authority? See? So even common sense, these people, they don't have. Common sense, because they're not guided by the bona fide spiritual master. Maya paratagyana. So, this is how you improve your sadhana. This is how you improve your understanding of the Shastra. This is how you improve everything. By understanding that the spiritual master and Krishna are on a transcendental platform. At least you must have that faith. At least you must know, I am being controlled. I have done so many things. I made so many mistakes. I have so many desires and I'm struggling. I'm fighting against so many rascals. So there must be a point of liberation, transcendence. And Krishna and the spiritual master are on that platform. I should have that faith, and with that faith I should hear submissively. You cannot hear. You may be hearing, but if the surrender is not there, you're not hearing properly. You're hearing whatever you want to hear. Just like our sense of hearing changes according to circumstances. Right? Sometimes, you have everything and you're playing on your cell phone and someone is telling you something, some answer. I remember when I was graduating from the art school back in Slovakia. I didn't study anything. I was such a slacker. The whole year I was slacking. So on the day of the exam, the last day, I simply woke up and I started chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, like that. I said, I might just well chant Hare Krishna because, there's no hope I can pass this exam. And I went to the classroom and the students, they were asking, do you think that Krishna is going to save you? And I said, I don't care. I'm just chanting for Krishna's pleasure. I don't care. I don't want anything material from Krishna. So there was one topic that I learned, the Beat Generation authors. Allen Ginsberg, Jack Kerouac, this and that. That was the only one topic I knew because I used to read them. And Allen Ginsberg was also helping the movement in the early stages. So there's a connection with Krishna there also. So I knew these authors. That was the only topic I knew. So when I came to the classroom, the teacher told me, okay, pick a question. I picked the question, P generation. So I got a straight A. Without studying the whole year, I got straight A. So then I came out of the classroom and all the schoolmates, so, how? I said, I picked the B generation question. I got a straight A. So they were like, what? Because they were studying the whole year. Such nerds. So then this one girl said, teach me the mantra, teach me the mantra. So she was very attentive. Oh, how is that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Huh? She was very eager. When she understood, oh, this is beneficial. But before that, they were laughing. Oh, you chanting this nonsense, Hare Krishna, you're such a fool. You think that Krishna is going to save you. You see, so similarly, when we understand that Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha, he is an eternal associate of Krishna, not just any type of guru, then we hear from him more submissively, with more appreciation. There's so many devotees, they read Prabhupada's books, but who knows that Prabhupada is a Nitya Siddha? They all say Prabhupada had 2 heart attacks. Nobody with this understanding can say such nonsense. He had heart attacks, he suffered so much. Prabhupada never suffers. If he suffers, then what is the use of practicing Krishna consciousness? The spiritual master is supposed to bring his student to his level. So if that level is suffering, then what is the use of following such a spiritual master? So they don't understand anything because they don't hear submissively. They're all misunderstanding. They're all offenders. Not all, but many offenders. If you associate with offenders, your understanding also becomes twisted. You don't know anything about Krishna. So, like this. All right, any questions? Yes.
You spoke earlier in the class about being humble, devotees, and you're nothing, and like this. How can one trying to be a devotee be humble, know that they're nothing, be voluntary, and at the same time have the necessity of chastising other devotees? Say if someone doesn't get up for Mangala Arati, they're in bed and they're not sick, and you do it sometimes and you're very strong, but it comes from a loving place. But how can you do that basically? How can you be strict or be strong and also be nice at the same time?
Yes, well, it's just like a doctor. The doctor is giving, you have a boil, right? So the doctor, he takes a knife and he cuts the boil. There's a tremendous pain, right? But he's doing it out of kindness because he knows it should be done like this. You cut the boil like this, then there's relief. There's no more pain. While you have the boil, there's tremendous pain. So everybody is suffering in this world. Everybody is suffering mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, right? We have so many desires. So the spiritual master, he knows exactly the root cause of our suffering is our false ego. So I think that I am in control. I know everything. I do everything. So the spiritual master knows how to cut that false ego. So for that you have to be expert. Just like a doctor, he knows expertly how to cut the boil. He knows exactly what to put the knife. Similarly, the spiritual master knows very expertly. So that we have to learn from Srila Prabhupada, how to be expert. Not that whimsically you're chastising. Sometimes we see new devotees, they chastise because they simply want to vent their anger, their frustration. So they take some new devotee, poor neophyte, and they're venting their anger. This is not good. You must know why and how to do it, and that devotee also must have faith in you. Right? If he doesn't have faith, if he doesn't have trust, and you're chastising him, then that is very bad. So everything is a question of knowledge and experience and purity also. You must be also yourself situated. I can chastise you because you know that I know how to do things. So you say, okay, well, Purujit knows. So you take the guidance. But if some insignificant, I don't know, devotee started chastising, then there will be a problem. It will create agitation.
Thank you. Can I ask another question?
Yes.
Around that?
Yes.
Sometimes on books, there might be someone and they've got a book in their hand and they'll say, I'm going to read it first and then I give a donation. And I'm like, no, you take it, but you give a donation. They're like, no. And I'm like, what's the difficulty? I'm like getting a bit strict with them because you got the book, you want the book, just give a donation.
Yeah.
And it's coming from, I think it's coming from that place of, it's your book, like you've got it in your hands, you've got Krishna in your hands, you're not giving it back to me, but then I can get a bit also angry. Is that like good anger? Or am I then, I should just be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, better not to be angry because they can't understand. They just go by vibration. Usually people, they see, oh, these are nice people, and that's why they give, they take the book. They have no idea what this book is, no idea what is meditation. They don't know why they're taking the book. It's just because of your good behavior, they're impressed. You're kind, and you have your vibration. They feel, okay, let me try it. So try to avoid being angry. So if they say, okay, I'm going to read it first and I'll give a donation. And what do you say usually to that?
Well, I say, no, sorry. That's the policy. Is you have to do donation now.
Yeah. So he's an expert. He knows what to say. You just say, sorry, that doesn't work. You can say that, this is our policy because if we give the books free, people usually throw them away. So I don't want my books to be thrown out. Or you can ask him, but you're going to read this? You're going to read this for sure? For sure? Are you sure? You're going to read it? When are you going to read this? Then he's going to say, okay, I'm not going to read it. Okay, take the book. Or you can say, I'm not sure. I don't think you're going to read it. I just don't feel. It's like you put him on the spot. I don't believe you. You don't seem like you're going to read it. No. You're not going to read it. I'm not convinced. No, I'm going to read it. No. Are you going to read it? Yeah, I'm going to read it. Give a donation. Abir says, Prabhuji, you mentioned about 26 qualities of devotee, but how can they be manifested into us at this platform of neophyte devotee? When all these qualities will manifest, we all will become perfect. Yes, that is in the perfectional stage, but we can aspire at least to develop these qualities. We can aspire. If you're doing your sadhana very nicely, but you're calling all your godbrothers ill names and you're disturbing them, and when you come to the temple room, everybody is going away, then something is wrong. Nirjala is asking, what is the meaning of Mishra Bhakti, Prabhuji? Means mixed devotional service. There's some devotional service, but it's mixed with karma, jnana, or yoga. So these mixtures, they must be given up. We must come to pure bhakti. All right, thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Gaura Premanandi. Oh, there's another one. I am from Bangladesh. I want to know about Lord Krishna home details. I know, but want to hear English discussion. In respect, your topic is very nice. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's see who was watching until the end. Tony, Hare Krishna, Tony. Nirjala, Sherry, Rebecca, Haribol, Sanjay, R. Prakash, John. All right, thank you so much, Prabhus. Thank you for sticking up until the end. Shalja. All right, Shalja. Hare Krishna. Sparkle. Abir. Ganga. Ganga Painter. Pretty Gower. Patricia. Hare Krishna, Patricia. All right. And Manish. Okay, we have to go. Ashu Rajput. Hare Krishna, Prabhus. Matajis. Please have a nice day.